Ladies and gents, welcome. Favor, favor, blessing, blessing. It's my portion, it's my portion. I'm bigger and better, stronger and stronger. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Favor, favor, blessing, blessing. It's my portion. It's my passion. I'm bigger and better, stronger and stronger. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Say, God's day, you want people to see us. God, 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 you want people to see Come and see what the Johnny has done here. My brother, see what the Johnny has done. Come and see what the Johnny has done here. For me, my sister, see what the Johnny has done here. You butter my bread, sugar my tea. Change my life, you my life for me. Butter my bread, sugar my tea. Change my life, you. Blessing, in my heart, it's my passion. In your heart, it's my passion. name. Lord, you are the most. Hallowed be thy name. Lord, you are the most. Hallowed be thy name. Lord, you are the most. Hallowed be thy name. You tell me, say me kind of work, that everything's gonna be okay. You are the father to the fatherless, the miracle working God. You make the blind man to see. You made the crippled man to walk. Good day and welcome to Family Connection International. And on the forum, Keeping in Touch. We come here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are here today again, June 27, 2020 at this time. Although it's been a very tough Sunday in our community, especially in Christendom, those living on Staten Island, New York. In early morning, this morning, we lost a very prominent community member, one who has contributed immensely to our community. So today, before I go to leave, I want to say our entire program is delegated to Reverend Oliver Gibson and family. We'll be remembering Reverend Oliver Gibson, pastor and music instructor. Levi, I want to say welcome.
Yeah, indeed, it's a sad day in the Liberian community and specifically for the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church, who woke up this morning with very heavy hearts. Um, we are constrained. We did not want to bring the program today, but we are constrained to do that uh, in honor of a fallen hero. I call him a fallen hero, and I hope we all will be able to remember him in a very special way, as we have all got. I'm not too well, as you can see. I had a procedure at the end of this week, but however, I can't let a day pass by me. I just have to be there because I know the kind of perfection that our brother Oliver Gibson, the Reverend Oliver Gibson, works, and I know the part that he played in our individual lives and collectively as a community. So again, it's saddening, but again, it's a pleasure, an opportunity, great one to be here remembering such a great person that we have experienced personally. Thank you, Solo.
Thank you so much. And to those who just joining us tonight, if you are in New York, the Staten Island community, there are numbers running down the screen. If you want to call or contribute to see how you can share your memory about the Reverend Oliver Gibson, we will be so happy. A father, a pastor, a music instructor. A man who hailed from Painesville, Monrovia, Liberia, came to the United States for over a decade. Passed away this morning. A very young man, not sick, went to work and lost his life. Nobody can even believe that he's dead. So the program today, if you are in a community, you want to share, we'll be more than happy. You can call us and we'll want to drive you through and make a contribution. But I like to first and foremost take this song from Oliver Gibson for those who remember him. This is one of his contributions. Just for you to listen, shall we? Great, 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 great. Oh, great, 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 great. That was just one of the video of Reverend Oliver Gibson. For those who just joining us tonight, this entire program is dedicated to remembering the Reverend Oliver Gibson, a pastor and a gospel instructor. Let me go over to Leva. Leva, what do you remember about Reverend Gibson?
Uh, Brother Solomon, I remember a lot. Reverend Gibson was a very personable person. A person I remember to be very lively whenever he appears as a minister of the gospel at the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church. I was blessed to oftentimes having conducting, let's say, the choir, when I'm delivering sermon. And I love all of my choir stuff. Um, Sister Mona Mato and Brother Pogba, those are inspiring people. But this guy has some extra vibe. He had this extra energy that whenever I'm administering the word of God, when he comes on, I don't know, God just, he was so talented. That energy, that extra energy was in him. And I mean, I was always wanting, to have him on whenever I'm administering the word of God. I never passed by Reverend Edward all of the times that he visited us, or that he was fellowshipping with the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church. Not a day I saw him into NM issues negatively with NM Valley. He always show and share his marks. And for me, for my personal experience with him, I don't know about other people, but I think it was great. And if I should remember him, I will tell the public that he was a great person. He was a person to be around. He was an inspiration, okay, to the younger generation, to our choir, the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church choir. And indeed, he touched so many lives, including mine. because whenever he ministers to the congregation or to me, it set me on a good path to be able to minister. It creates extra message, or it enhances, whatever message I'm going to preach. So I remember him to be a great person. It's saddened, to wake up one bright in early morning. My wife woke me up this morning, and she couldn't comprehend. She kept saying, "Oh, what's this? What's this?" And then I just jumped up from bed. I was like about 6 o'clock, and I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I can't believe what I'm seeing." And
Minister,
I,
you gotta adjust your camera. We can see your face. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, I can't believe what I'm saying. Facebook is telling me that Minister Gates, what I'm saying, is dead. And right away I woke up, and I started to scroll Facebook. I called the music minister of our church, and through text message I communicated with her, and she confirmed that side incident. But again, no matter how much love we have for him, I think heaven needs his skills. The angels of heavens are, glad that he has accomplished his mission, right? And he's going to join the heavenly chorus. And that's all I can say about Brother Gibson. Thank you.
Um, just to see what happened, I think on the 25th, if I'm not getting this wrong, he celebrated his birthday. He had this post on Facebook. He said, "To God be the glory for great thing He has done." I want to give God the glory today for adding another year to my age. I'm grateful, so mighty grateful that He has spared my life throughout this pandemic. May He, God, be praised. Because when God for you, friends, nobody can be against you. I just want to say happy blessed birthday to me. This was a post from Reverend Gibson just a few days ago. I think it should be on the 25th. I equally want to bring Pastor Webb, who's also a pastor of Christ Assembly Lutheran Church, who is out here with us tonight. And maybe we'll let just want to go over to Pastor Webb. Pastor Webb, tonight we are remembering the Reverend Oliver Gibson. I know you also a pastor of Christ Assembly Lutheran Church, and you had an interaction with him. What do you remember about Reverend Gibson, Pastor Webb?
Thank you. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, you are live and clear.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. The only thing I can really, really, really lay my hands on when it comes to Reverend Gibson, he was a person who you never saw his anger every time he was at the church, or that kind of facial expression of smile is exactly what he always wore, and that I really, 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 really used to admire about him. That kind of posture actually tells you that in spite of what somebody's going through, they still find it to smile, because the smile tells you that there is something after what you're going through. I've interacted with him a couple of times, not lengthily. Like I listened to him preach on last month. That was the first time I've heard him preach, and his message was good, it's powerful, and we have been interacting sometimes in the church. How you doing? None of us, everything has job, and sometimes you'll come to me, how your wife, and all that kind of stuff. But he was a very quiet guy. You may not actually know him in totality because we did not really actually interact the way other people may have interacted with him. But for the short time we had at the church, for a couple of hours, maybe 2 3 hours, we are there. We really interacted well, and that alone are actually gonna miss him for. When I got to service today, when I supposed to minister, I did not even know where to get the strength from, because I even started sharing tears this morning between the hours 1 o'clock to 2 when we heard the news that he actually passed. Because when it actually happened to him, my wife was the first person who received the call about him not breathing at the job, because she also works at the same job where he were working. So based upon that, my wife has been calling other people to let them know what was happening. And then we were praying. I got out of the living room, went on the stairs, started praying, believing God so that He can come through whatever there was. We went to bed. My wife was sick, calling the people at the office to know what's happening. And at the end of the day, we were in bed by one something this morning when they call her. Soon as they call her, I knew something negative has happened. And they just told her that, oh, the man's dead. And it was so heartbreaking. Okay, it was so heartbreaking. Yeah, even though the service was good today, but the service was full of tears. Oliver Gibson, I think he left his mark in spite of what happened to him,
hearing me,
what he did.
brother, Reverend Webs, if you're hearing me, if you're close to your brother, and you are sharing Wi-Fi, I would appreciate for you to get closer, or you just disconnect, because we are having trouble with the break in. But I think we
You
just
hearing
got
me?
him back, so we will go back to Pastor West for continuation.
Yeah, okay,
You hearing me?
I
You
can hear
hearing me
you.
now?
I can hear you, Pastor Webb. Levi is also mobile, so he got a problem. Go ahead, Pastor Webb. I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
He's
So
equally
like,
mobile, so I guess it's my
yeah.
giving him trouble.
So so
I'm in
so
studio.
like,
I got control. I'm
okay,
hearing you. Go ahead.
okay, that's good. So like I was saying, like today I supposed to minister, and I did not even know what, because I did not even know that I was going to preach today because the way I was feeling. But when I took the stand, I don't know where the strength came from because my mind was so kind of clustered up with his death. I could not think straight. I could not really, comprehend what has actually happened. It was a hard thing for me, even though we may not have had that close relationship that other people do, but for the couple of times we met at the church and other sections, like party and all of that, uh, I really felt so terrible today. About him passing. I really felt terrible until I even got sick when I heard the news. I'm telling you the truth. He touched a lot of people's life. He's a he was a very good guy who actually helped the choir at the Lutheran church. He was always there being energetic. You see him moving around, jumping and all of that, get the choir on fire and all the kind of stuff. I think we were really amazing for a long time.
For those who just joining us, we are remembering Reverend Oliver Gibson, pastor and music instructor. If you have a contribution to make, please give us a call on those numbers. But let me try to cue this last sermon he had at the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church. And let's see how this goes from here, because I know he preached a sermon at the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church a few days ago.
I'm asking you to keep me accountable. If you tell me your thing and you hear all them, hold me responsible. Call me every day, call Gibson every time, and ask me for prayer. But take it out. Don't keep that hidden thing. If somebody has done you wrong, and you say, I'm not going to speak to the person that I died, and you sit there in the midst, you go, the prayer will not be answered. Because Psalms of the same 18 say, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear my prayer. Why people that is doing my bed, I've been quiet for 40 years, I've been following people. I know what to do. Don't have to start doing that. You can't be corner speaking until you see the heavy choir. You can't see the heavy choir. Why you want to speak for somebody for? Who the person that has been great to see a person? Today, there's a girl that is a pastor today in the Bethel church. She's going to church. And he's a big basketball player, but best friend. He will find something for her, and she will find something for him. But something happened, we will go for day of practice, we have each other, and then something happened, and she calls me for me. We beg again. 2 weeks after the water, she couldn't forgive herself. See, when the people prayed for her, she said, God will punish me. I'm not supposed to do that. My best friend, he had all my secret. But because of this small thing, I stopped speaking. When people start putting down this, if you go down to Colossians chapter 3, they say, when you keep grudge, you won't go to hell. Finally, my last point. We remember to trust only in God. David put no trust Esau armor. This is a temptation we all face. When you try to get yourself right, somebody come and say, that man, not a only man, leave him. When you try to get your whole house in order, that woman, I mean, as soon as I just talking to somebody at the job today, stop it. Trust in God.
So you're muted.
Pastor Webb, this is the last sermon you were referring to that he preached at Christ Assembly Lutheran Church. Where he talked about somebody, a girl who could not reconcile with a friend who passed away. There are people who did not reconcile with Reverend Oliver. There were a lot of unfinished business. Somebody he promised, I'm going to work and I'll be by. He never came back home. I think it's a tough time. How do those people take it at this time?
Well, all I can say is that you cannot really undo what has already happened, and we need to take heart. Especially when it comes to us as believers, we do not take the passing of another believer as the all the people who don't know God will take it. Because if we put our everything into it as if to say all hope is lost, sometimes it's like he's the only bird winner that the family had. The children back home, their dad, they would not be able to see where he's gonna be buried and all of those kind of things. It's heartbreaking. But all I can say is that people just need to have faith in God. We can cry all we can sit all we can. Nothing absolutely going to bring him back. I'm not telling people not to shed the tears they have in their eyes. I'm not telling them not to grieve and all of that, but they just have to be careful how to go about doing all of those processes that are involved whenever somebody pass. I know it's painful. I know it's hurting. It's difficult. That sometimes something you least expected. Somebody would tell you, I'm going to work, be back in a couple of hours after my 8 hours shift. I'm going to be coming back and out of a sudden you just receive a call and it says this guy's at a hospital. It breaks you. It breaks everybody, you know but I just want to encourage your family members, those of them that may be watching us right now, that God knows the reason why this thing happened. We cannot ask a question why he has to allow Reverend Gibson to go the way he did. We cannot ask other questions because we are not actually going to get any answers from it. So I just want to say they have to take heart. They have to take heart. It has already happened. We can beat ourselves to death. We can mourn, we can cry, but don't beat yourself to death. Don't cry as if to say all your hope is gone. Jesus Christ is the hope we have. The Bible says in the book of Hebrew, chapter 12, when you read verse number 2 or 1, 2, the Bible says, looking unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith. So Jesus is the one that we're supposed to look up to in spite of everything that's happening. The family member needs nobody other than Jesus because he is the only one that can console and comfort whenever there is a death in the family, a death in our neighborhood, death in our community. The only person that has the power to console us is Jesus Christ. So that's all I can say to the family right now.
And Minister Levi, if you're there, I just want to ask this question. I know that maybe what will you say to the children at this time? The dad is in America, hoping our daddy will be firing for us. They depend. You know what happened. People in the West, you got family back in Africa, look up to you for almost everything. What can you say as a minister to give them some hope at this time?
I just want us to know that we as believers, history has proven itself right that there would not be another prophet until the other prophet mission expires. Okay, we have seen it times with our number. We've seen it with Elijah. Okay, when his time came to an end, God had to raise Elisha, and there are so many other prophets. We saw it with Moses, and when Moses' time came to an end, God had to raise up Joshua. Okay, so I say this to say that they should not lose hope. Our God is a God that makes way when there is no way. He sees all, he loves us, and I believe that. God that had called the Reverend Oliver Gibson, that we all believe in. Even we were planning our welcome back service, our joint service, and he who have been very, very much helpful in that process and in order to make the process grand. But unfortunately, yeah, we are a couple of weeks to the midday, and today Reverend Gibson is not around. So we all are, you know, having heavy heart. We all are grieving. So I just want to encourage the case that keep your faith in God. God, God knows whatever that's happening, and He that has called Reverend Edward going to make a way where there is no way. So don't feel that all hope is lost. We all are here for the mission. We are on a banquet. At a specific time, we will all go back to meet our Creator, meet our boss, and be able to at least give report of what we've done. But before I can go back over to you, Solo, Remy, all of us is death this morning was more than shocking. You know, I've been at the Christ Assembly Lutheran Church for over 5 years. How I wish you would have attended the second service. We have lost great people in the ministry. We lost people, you know, that were very, very key to the growth, you know, the growth and maintenance of the ministry. But today was my very first time in my life to see the Reverend the Reverend Philip Assembly, you know, openly in front of the congregants with a loud voice, crying on God and tears running down his cheeks. He cried like a baby. So that tells you the role that Reverend Oliver play in each and every one of us life. And at the end of the service, let me tell you how the service climax. At the end of the service, we had his picture posted, and the whole church, people forgot about their work. You know, people that were going rushing to work, everybody forgot about the work, and the whole church froze, and everybody were weeping. It has never happened in the history of Christ Assembly Lutheran Church, as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, again, what the pastor said, heaven rejoices whenever the saints of God have completed their missions and return to their master. So God will make a way where there is no way. So to the kids, you know, don't lose hope. You know, all hope is not gone. And for the community, all hope is not gone. To the Trinity Baptist Church, Reverend Oliver Gibson's church, you know, all hope is not gone. God will raise up another Oliver Gibson, another prophet. To Christ's Family Lutheran Church, all hope is not gone. To the ministers and everybody, all hope is not gone either. Okay, so let us keep our hope, you know, in the Lord, and God will deliver us. And everyone that is viewing us, again, I want to say that we are all heavy hearted. You know, Solo and Marcel and the rest of the team, Pastor Webbs, he's so busy today, but he had to take all his time. And every one of you that are viewing us. So we want to say, you know, be strong in the Lord. We all will someday, you know, go to make a report, okay, of the lives that we have played. So, so it is,
Minister,
you know, it is with Reverend Gibson.
Yeah, I got on the line tonight with me, Minister Pogba, also a music minister who have been with Minister Oliver Gibson for over the years, for many, many times. Minister Pogba, what do you remember tonight about Minister Oliver Gibson?
Oh, thank you so much, Brother Pastor. If we are to list a lot of things that we can remember about the late Reverend Oliver Gibson, we will not leave from here tonight. It is really heartbreaking, frustrating, and like Reverend Webbs and Minister Daniels have already said, we just got to give him courage. That's how we are here, and trying to encourage other people too. But I've never been broken down in my life like this one, because it hit me so hard. There's a lot to remember about this brother. He was not just a minister of music, but this man was a reverend. He always brought himself down. I'm telling you, down to earth. And Reverend Gibson started the music ministry way back before some of us could even come around. And Reverend Gibson sang with a lot of good Liberian gospel musicians. To name a few of them, one of the good directors in the US here, Sam Mate, and these guys from Airport Baptist, even the great evangelical mass choir, as people refer to them in Liberia, those they Charles Cedar Mass Choir. That was the national choir of Liberia. This is the old hands in the business, I'm telling you. But he's so down to earth until he was staying under us with that right hand. I've been working with Reverend Gibson since I came to the US 2011 up to now. That's 10 years we are talking about. This is hard. So much to remember. So much to remember. This is a guy, just to share a little fun. I spoke to him one time, like, you will rather go to heaven because he said, why you mean by that, Paul? I said, you are going to attend almost 3 services before one Sunday can come to an end. And we laughed about it one time. And those of you on the line can attest to it. Sometime before our service can come to an end, Brother Gibson and Brother Benjamin Strata, they are already in the church. Meaning that you got to be running from his church to ours. Sometimes you got to be between Temple of Faith or Trinity Baptist and Christ Assembly. At times, greater refuge, greater light, right? Stuff like that. So this was somebody that really had passion for the music. That's a key word I really want to stress tonight. I remember that. This is the kind of man that it pains me a lot that when you play with the music, trust me, you touch him. Yeah.
What would you say to the choir members? I know many choir members have benefited from his instruction, from his teaching, from his training. I know they are very downhearted, but what can you say to them to encourage them to keep the passion alive?
Thank you so much, Brother Pastor. It's like when Pastor Webb was preaching this morning, he was talking about when Jesus died and when Peter died, the church did not scatter and stuff like that. But it really hit us hard. And if I'm going to be the one, as one of the leaders to encourage them, I just want to tell them that let's keep the fire burning. Let's keep the fire burning. This is the kind of God that the choir knows well. But sometimes, when we have not practiced or rehearsed for almost like maybe a week and whatever, and he comes in the church and decides to take the microphone, it's like, we have just been practicing almost a week. You guys are evidence of what I'm speaking about. He never had a dull moment in music. He never had a dull moment in music. I'm telling you. So I want to come to the Christ Assembly Lutheran Choir to take courage. The whole last time one of you guys were calling us in. Some of you saw the test this morning on our choir chat line and were like, what are we seeing? What are we hearing? I know you are done, but all hope is not lost. We got a lot to do. By the grace of God, we all will meet better all over again one of these days. Remember the song that I taught, and he always direct that song. Ride on King Jesus. And the last part I said, in the great getting up morning. Remember that we all going to see him one of these days. So keep courage. Let's keep the fire burning. I know it's tough, but we cannot turn back the hands of time.
Thank you so much, Minister Paul. By is there any final word you want to say tonight before you leave?
Yes, I just want to say my sympathy to the entire Gibson family, the Trinity Baptist Church, Temple of Faith. I just want to say the Ministerial Alliance of Staten Island, my sympathy, because Reverend Gibson was almost like a part of all the churches. Part of all the churches. Everywhere we went, he was always with this choir. There was a clip I came across this morning and I started to cry. We took him one time to one of our Lutheran churches, Bethlehem Evangelical Lutheran Church, somewhere in Woodbridge. That's an all-white church. And we sang. He took the microphone in less than 10 minutes. He had that place upside down. Let me just share another form. Sometimes when our son buck up the African song, he say, little begin, relax. Now we're talking about him and anthems. We are talking about Baptist, the Baptist boy about to sing. So do that because you don't know him. And you know, so I'm going to bless in your life. Our department is going to bless him. Minister Mato could not even sleep all night. And this is just a scholarship, trust me. Friday, he was at my place and he came to speak to my mom with Brother Keita, one of our brothers. And he was like, you don't know today's my birthday? I'm like, oh, Reverend Jason, sorry, I don't know today's your birthday, but we're ending up to the buffet on Sunday, which is this Sunday. This is really heartbreaking, trust me. It is really, really heartbreaking, but I want to say again, register my condolences to the family back home and here in the U.S. And we want to say to the family, like we said on the mat today, we are with you guys in everything. Everything that has to do with arrangement and funeral, please get us informed and get us to be a part. We know he was a minister of music at the Trinity Baptist also, but he was part of us. So please get us informed. We want to be a part. Sorry again. Yeah, all that real way I want to say number man.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Minister. Thank you so much. Pastor Webb, your parting comment for tonight. I know time is fast spent. What is your parting comment?
Yeah, I want to say thank you guys so much too for having brought this topic on the program. All of us really loved him, and we know that we were missing a lot. But all we want to say to everybody who is hurting, let's just keep the fire burning. I think what Reverend Gibson will want to see is that whatever legacy he left is going to continue, and it's not going to stop. We're going to continue whatever the days that he left, whatever training or whatever teaching that he actually did teach his church and every other church that he was a part of that he taught. All we need to do, all of the discipline that he instilled into those people that he came in contact with, we need to allow those things to go on and continuously. I think then that would make him happy while he's in heaven or wherever he may be at this time. So I want to say to the family too, like Paul said, everybody needs to take heart. Everybody needs to take heart. I have never seen a movement like what happened in service today since I got in this country. We have had series of funeral services. We've heard series of death news, but this one today was it was beyond imagination. It was beyond thinking. Everybody, nobody. I was even thinking, like I said previously, what kind of message should I decided to change my messages 3 different times, but I could not. 3 different times I could not. It was so heartbreaking. So we just want to say sorry to everybody, including ourselves hurting. Everybody, let's take heart. God knows the reason why this happened. We can't ask God questions. So I want to say sorry to all of us. Let's just keep the fire burning. Let's keep the faith. Jesus Christ is in control. Amen.
Thank you so much. And have a good night.
Amen.
I also have a brother online with me, Brother Alosha B. and Boa. Brother Boa,
Yeah.
go ahead and make your contribution.
Good afternoon to you, Uncle Solo and members of your platform and all of your wonderful listeners. Um, Today is a very sad day for us, but not with Reverend Audible Gibson. As a member of Christ Assembly Lutheran Church, from the level of the leadership, I had the opportunity to interact with him on so many fronts. I know the saying goes that most often when you love somebody, and then that's the time people come to say all of the good things about them. But I think his case is just exceptional because he was just a powerful person, especially when it comes to the music ministry. And I want to use this platform and this opportunity to extend my sympathy to all of us in the bereaved family to say all is not lost. The Bible saying everything we should give God the glory because we cannot ask Him why. But there's one thing that kept hitting my mind when you guys started this show. Brother Oliver Gibson, I see you to be somebody not only to be somebody of the Trinity Baptist Church, but I could classify you to be somebody who is interdenominational. He went across the board in Staten Island, even outside of Staten Island. And we got to know today that he got beautiful kids in Liberia. And he was hoping that one day he was going to go back to visit. And I want to use this opportunity to speak to the head of all of those churches and directors and directresses that he interacted with the time that after all is settled, that we lay him to rest. Because he laid his life here, he made an impact in the music ministry, that we all can come together as churches in Staten Island and have a program that we can have a particular fundraising that those kids in Liberia who may be at the end of the month used to expect 1 cent from our dad. Going forward, they will have no one to look up to. But at least that program can be held collectively, and whatsoever proceeds that will be gathered can be sent over to help the kids maybe towards their education and etc. And that is what God had laid on my heart, and I just thought it was to call in to extend my sympathy and to give this suggestion, especially to all from Christ Assembly Living Church, to Mona, to Paul. We can take the lead and have other churches to join us. After everything is said and done, is laid to rest. Let's do this. And so the kids can know that while their dad was in America here, he made an impact. He helped to win souls in the Lord's vineyard through ministry.
Thank you so much, Brother Alosha B. Amboa, for your contribution. And whenever you guys are ready for that initiative, our platform will be available. See whatever way that we can contribute to support that initiative. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Bye.
And to those who had to text on our live Facebook feed tonight, to Shangata is saying, may his soul rest in peace while he rests well in a heavenly place. Emmanuel Newman also posted a tribute. Pastor Reverend Oliver Gibson is heartbreaking. Reverend Gibson was a people person, always involved in community services and approachable. He extends his deeper condolences to the family. We want to say thank you to all who joined us tonight. I know it was a great initiative that we remember Reverend Oliver Gibson for his immense contribution. And as we take a bite of this little song from here, we'll be going with that. Let's just listen to this song a little bit as we go home. And just to let you know that Levi had to leave due to medical problem, and he's behind the scene doing some adjustment. It is well with your soul. Family, take hope. Because I believe it. I know God can do it. But God,
the grave is overwhelmed. Victory is won. He is risen from the dead, and I will rise.
This is how we go home tonight, and join us Sunday. We'll be back here with another discussion, another thought-provoking discussion. But for today, it's a tough day for us in a community. Also, as a community leader, I want to say on behalf of the executive and the board of directors on the Staten Island LeBron community, we're extending our heartfelt condolences to the Gibson family, and we'll be with you as Gibson was with the community. We are here for you as Gibson was within the community, and we'll show up to make sure that whatever is needed from the community to give Reverend Gibson a befitting burial, the community will be fully involved. We want to say thank you so much and take hope. Life is not promised to us. Live like there's no tomorrow, because I believe you don't know what tomorrow brings. Take the hope, and we'll see you Sunday. Thanks on behalf of Levi. Ben is away, and Ben will also be back next week. Until then, good night.
When he calls my name, no